All right, today we're jumping into a super fascinating tech hobby. It's all about building your own little corner of the internet right from your own home. Think about it for a second. We pour so much of our digital lives and our money into services from these giant tech companies, services we don't really control. But what if there was another way, a more hands-on alternative? Well, there is. It's called Homelabbing, and it's all about taking back that control. You build, you run, and you manage your own servers. You can really think of it as your own private digital workshop for any tech experiment you can dream up.
So why would you do this? Well, the reasons are actually pretty powerful. For starters, you get total control over your data, which means ultimate privacy. You also learn some seriously valuable real-world tech skills. And of course, you get to host your own media and cloud services. But for a lot of people, it's just about the sheer fun of tinkering and that amazing feeling of building something that's uniquely yours. Oh, and yeah, you might even save a few bucks in the long run.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds expensive, maybe a little too complicated, but honestly, the barrier to entry is surprisingly low. In fact, your very first server could be a piece of e-waste that you already have lying around. And check this out. As one really incredible project featured in Hackaday shows, your whole journey into self-hosting can kick off with a piece of hardware you've probably completely forgotten about: an old smartphone. And the way they do it is it's brilliant. You take an old Android phone, do a little bit of careful phone surgery to get that aging battery out of there, and then you rig up a direct power source. After that, you just wipe the old software and install a lightweight version of Linux. And just like that, you've literally turned a piece of junk into a perfectly capable home server. But here's the real kicker. The power efficiency is just staggering. This tiny little server sips just a single watt of power when it's just sitting there, idle. Now, to put that into perspective, a traditional server can easily chew through 250 watts or more just doing nothing. That is a massive, massive difference, not just for your electric bill, but for the planet too.
So once you're hooked, you'll find the hobby can take you in a bunch of different directions, each with its own kind of philosophy. It really does scale with your ambition and your budget, and you start to see a few common archetypes pop up in the community. So first up, let's talk about path number 1, the scavenger. This whole mindset is about being resourceful, about finding powerful, second-hand enterprise gear, the stuff used in data centers, for incredibly cheap prices and giving it a brand new life.
This is all about hunting on eBay, or maybe, like this one Reddit user found, becoming best friends with the local e-waste guy to find decommissioned hardware that still has plenty of horsepower left in it. Honestly, it can be a really addictive treasure hunt. Now there is a catch, right? There's always a catch. This server-grade hardware, it was designed for the super high airflow, chilly environment of a data center. So if you take a powerful server network card and just pop it into a standard desktop case, well, it can get hot, really hot.
And this is where that scavenger mindset just shines. You face a problem, so you invent the solution. This right here is the PC Ice. It's a custom-made card with one job and one job only. Hold a fan and blast cool air onto the overheating card right next to it. It's so clever, it's super resourceful, and you know what? It works perfectly.
Okay, so maybe rescuing old gear isn't your style. What if you're more about building something perfectly optimized right from the start? Well, on the total opposite end of the spectrum, we have the architect. This type of home labber loves to build clean, modern, and super efficient systems from the ground up.
A perfect example of this is a board like the Turing Pi 2. It's a really compact board that lets you cluster 4 tiny, powerful computers, like Raspberry Pi modules, all together. Now, why would you do that? Well, it's perfect for learning about complex systems, or for running a bunch of different apps in their own secure little sandboxes. It's totally silent, it's tiny, and it even has this thing called a baseboard management controller built in, which is basically a tiny computer for your computers that lets you manage the whole cluster remotely, even if the main systems crash. And the whole 4-node setup, it runs on a measly 30 watts.
And that brings us to our final path, the power user. Now, we're not just talking about a hobby anymore. These are the folks who take it to the absolute limit, building these impressive rack-mounted setups that could honestly rival a professional data center. This path is all about mastering enterprise-level skills and engineering something truly impressive.
Seriously, if you want to see the peak of this whole hobby, just go on the r/homelab subreddit and check out the lab porn flare. These builds are just stunning. And it's not just about pretty lights and perfect cables. These are masterclasses in network design, system administration, and meticulous planning. They often control entire smart homes and way, way more.
So you do all this building and tinkering and planning. What's the point? What do people actually do with these personal servers? What's the payoff here?
Well, for starters, you're not doing this in a vacuum. You get to join this massive, and I mean massive, and really supportive community. The r/Homelab subreddit alone has over 616,000 members, sharing what they know, solving problems together, and just celebrating each other's awesome builds. But the real magic? It's all about running your own services. You can host your own personal Netflix with an app like Plex, build a private Google Drive with Nextcloud. You can even block ads across your entire home network with something called Pi-hole, or automate your entire house with Home Assistant. The point is, you are in complete control.
And it often starts with something really simple, a really practical problem. Like this one person from the community said, their whole massive setup began because they just wanted to watch their own movies when they were traveling. Because, let's be honest, hotel media is just awful.
And that really brings us to the core of it all, doesn't it? A home lab is so much more than just a pile of hardware. It's a canvas for your creativity, it's a platform for learning, and it's a powerful tool for solving your own problems.
So, look, whether you're driven by a passion for learning new skills, or you're all about taking back control of your own data and privacy, or, hey, maybe you just love to build cool stuff, the rewards are just immense, and they're deeply personal.
It's an incredibly accessible and welcoming hobby that can scale with you from a single old phone all the way up to a full server rack. Your own personal cloud is out there waiting. So the only question left really is, what are you going to build first?